And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Tuesday, March 14th. I am Josh Engleman, here to break down an 8-game NBA slate for all of you. Thank you for joining me on this lovely morning. Nice to see everybody here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the Q tag. Hit the Q tag. I was reading S&P's message at the same time, and it came right to my mouth. Hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. 3-2 yesterday on Prize Picks. Just missed out on the 4-1. We missed it by the hook on KPJ, which is kind of a bummer. Not so nasally. Yeah, a little bit better today. A little bit better. Took as much medicine as I could yesterday. Took some more this morning. Lots of fluids yesterday, which I think helped. Going to run that back again. Hoping by tomorrow morning, I'm kind of just like mostly back. I feel a lot better today. We'll see where that ends up in the afternoon. Easy day today, too. But yeah, feel a little bit better. Yesterday was rough. I didn't do any late swaps or anything last night. Probably cost me. But I was struggling. I was in bed before 9 o'clock. Watched the finale of Last of Us last night, and then that was it. Oh, the tomato soup was good. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Tomato soup and grilled cheese for dinner last night was incredibly helpful. I can't be mad about it. Good day today. It is my wife's birthday today, so not that she's going to watch this, but, you know, it's a happy birthday to her. That's what the 14th is. That's why today's a big day. I got nothing going on later tonight. I am playing the slate, oddly enough. She's going out otherwise, which is kind of funny. But, Jacob, yeah, I think it was the season finale. As far as I know that it's the season finale, I don't think that there's another episode. Yeah, Prize Picks. Look, I'll take 3-2. I mean, we're up to 27-10 since last Sunday. It's a heater. It's a heater. Yeah, I haven't seen what happened with Brook Lopez yet. But I know I woke up to that message from Adam that because he's got Brook Lopez in a really good best ball team, and he was like, he's sweating whether or not he gets suspended. Yeah, Dominique's he just doesn't understand math. I feel bad for people like that. I don't know what else to say. Like if you don't understand how picking individual winners is important, I don't know what to tell you. You sound exactly the way that you're coming off in those scenarios. It's a shame. I've never gone into something so confident in a situation like that. Like my first question in that scenario would be like, oh, why are you paying attention to individual record? Not like, this guy thinks it's good. Like, to just be dumb about not understanding math is just, why would you want to let everybody know that? Arthur, love having you here, man. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, Larry, I feel a lot better today. A little bit. The pressure has subsided quite a bit, and that's been helpful. But I need another day of like aggressive fluids. Might go get an IV later just to like really try to top it all off, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get into this slate. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you're hitting that like button. 55 people in the house already. Coffee is here. New coffee creamer for today. Some sort of caramel oat milk, something or other. Helms, I had some kombucha. Don Icewood, tea's boring. I'm a coffee guy. And Vicks Vapor, probably should. Honestly, I probably should. But I did have a kombucha yesterday, which was delicious. Helpful. So, new coffee creamer. Coffee is ready. Rise and Grind is here. Let's take a little sip of this bad boy. Let's get it started. Cheers, guys. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. I like it. Yeah, that's going to work for today. I don't have like the best sense of taste right now either. Oh, ignoring the haters is fun. I also like speaking poorly to the haters. That part's the real fun part for me. There's one thing, like if you want to tell me that you just think that I suck, like that's fine. If you're just going to pop in and just be wildly incorrect about how math works, those are the situations where I'm going to absolutely eviscerate you because it's just so silly. It's just so silly. So 3-2 again yesterday. Let's move it on. I had no house advantage props yesterday. We were having some trouble with Odd Shopper, so I'll have my no house advantage video out again today as well. By the way, lineup generator, 50% off your first week. You see it at the top of the screen. It's also at the bottom of the screen. Link in the description of this video. We generate thousands and thousands of lineups for the slate. Anytime there's news, we do that process again. We get rid of everything that we think stinks, and then we present it all to you. Pick chalky lineups, balanced lineups, contrarian lineups, lock a player if you would like. You can swap people out, export up to 20 in CSV. It's the easiest way that you're going to build lineups in the industry. Please go check it out. The education system has failed us. It's basic math too. It's not even like high level stuff. Like perfect example. If I took a prop on Darius Garland today, Cleveland versus Charlotte, and I took a Julius Randle prop today, Knicks versus Portland, there's no talent in picking those two props and putting them together on one card. They're completely independent events. To think that you would try to manage your skill set and like evaluate how well you're doing based on those two things combined is lunacy. That's just like not how this works at all. It's so silly. Like clearly those things have nothing in common with each other. Only giving yourself success if you go 2-0 is not how that works. You just want to know how frequently each one of them wins. And the more frequently each one of them wins, the more frequently you go 2-0. Which is funny, Helms. You say everyone just wants to say they hit a parlay. True. But Prize Picks saves you in that scenario because you get paid out on 4x or on 4 out of 5 and 3 out of 5. So it's not even like you have to hit the parlay. Like I can see people getting that wrong if it was just all or nothing, like it is on No House Advantage. They'd still be wrong, but it would make more intuitive sense. Here, there's actually a benefit. Well, not a benefit, but like you get saved a little bit. It's so weird. It's so weird. All right, let's get into this bad boy. Let's do this. So, game number 1. Cleveland Cavaliers, 7.5-point favorites in Charlotte. And we've got a 221 total on that. If you ever want to make Charlotte's offense look not so good, apparently it's play Cleveland. So this one's probably not going to look all that good. Although if somebody's out for Cleveland and Jared Allen is actually out for Cleveland, that opens things up just a little bit. Just a little bit. We had no Jared Allen here on Sunday. This is a rematch of Sunday's game as well, so that's interesting. So let's go ahead and we got Lamar Stevens starting. We went Mobley to the 5. But we'll assume they do the same thing since they won. So we're going to get Mobley in for 35 minutes. I've got Donovan Mitchell in for 36. Oh, the last time I did this, I had Darius Garland out, so I guess I got to delete this whole rotation. That's fine. We got nowhere to be today. I don't have a strategy show. I don't have a deeper dive. We can take our sweet-ass time today. But let's get Garland in for 36. Let's get Mitchell in for 36. We got Mobley in for 35. We need to get Okoro and Lamar Stevens. So Okoro at the 4, I guess, in this scenario. I don't really know who's taller between Okoro and Stevens. I'm guessing it's Okoro. It's probably pretty close either way. They got 30 minutes out of Stevens as well, so that's interesting to see. But he didn't close. They closed with LeVert, and yet you still got 30 minutes out of Lamar Stevens. That feels optimistic. So I'm going to go 28 to Stevens. We got 28 out of Okoro. He did close, but closed in a weirder way. So I guess I'm going to say 28 to Okoro as well. And then we did get a Robin Lopez first half rotation, not a second half rotation. So let's assume that he can get 8 minutes. Who the hell played the... Oh, okay. Evan Mobley played the entire second half. That's a thing that happened. He played 39 minutes. I wonder if they're going to do that again. There's no way that's going to be the goal. I think we have to assume that Robin Lopez plays another rotation. Although he was -9 in the first half. It took the giant fourth quarter comeback to get there. I'm going to say 36 for Mobley, 12 for Lopez. That projects out that entire rotation. Chetty played very minimally, including not in the second half. We do need to give Ricky Rubio his minutes. He's playing about 20, I would say. That allows us to go to Karis LeVert. He played 34, played the entire second quarter, played the entire fourth quarter. That also seems a little lofty, but I am going to go to 30. That leaves me 14 minutes for Chetty. I think that'll work. Stevens 6'6", Okoro 6'5". Yeah. I mean, position doesn't matter, but interesting. I appreciate you letting me know because I was curious. Doesn't really change what I'm doing, but I did want to know, and that saves me the Google. All right, let's look at rates here. I can't... This is mostly just going to be for Evan Mobley. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. There's another one in the chamber coming. I can feel it. Once that one clears out, I think I'll feel pretty good, but I know it's in there. All right, so this will probably only change Jared Allen's rates for the most part. So I'm going to say Jared Allen and Kevin Love both off. And that's going to be games where we did have Mitchell, Mobley, and Garland all start. No, I didn't see any replays from Golden State Phoenix. I don't even know who won. Still working my way back from it all, so. Let me look at scores right now for yesterday. I think that's probably a good thing. So, Timberwolves smacked the Hawks. Heat beat the Jazz. Pistons smacked the Pacers. Gross. Grizzlies handled the Mavs. No surprise there. Rockets beat the Celtics, obviously. Clearly. Warriors beat the Suns by 10. Big day out of Clay. And then Bucks handled the Kings, as you would expect. 46 out of Giannis. That'll do it. It's a bad loss for the Celtics. Holy shit. All right, let's grab these rates for Cleveland because we're at 646 and we're not even through the first team yet. Evan Mobley with Jared Allen off. Man, that's too many dudes. 34. Work. All right, Evan Mobley, 21% usage rate. So not all that different. Harris LeVert is at like 17, which is crazy to think about. Darius Garland at 28.5. Donovan Mitchell is at about 30. Lamar Stevens, not the biggest sample in the world. Doesn't matter really. And then Ricky Rubio is at about 18. I assume Isaac Okoro doesn't have much usage. Yeah, he's at 12. Not somebody we're going to be expecting to get to. Assist rates, I'm sure, don't really move here. I don't really see how they could. What we really care about here is rebounding rate. Evan Mobley doesn't really see much of a rebounding change, even with Love and Allen off, which you would kind of expect, which means that nobody else does. So Cleveland down. Let's look at Charlotte now. Now, I know Charlotte is going to be without Mark Williams here. Book Night, Maladon with the G League. Cody Martin done. Kelly Oubre probable. So we're going to get Nick Richards here starting once again. Played basically 30 minutes in most of these games. We'll give him 30 here. Now, who did they use as their backup center? Nick Richards came off. Looks like they largely used PJ Washington, which is interesting to see. Obviously, Kai Jones got a little bit of it. But it's mostly the PJ Washington stagger, which is, I didn't think they were going to go that direction. So we'll get Kai Jones in for like 12 minutes, I think. What'd they give him? Yeah, he played like 13. It's not like there was a... Oh, he fouled out. 2 fouls immediately, plus a third, a fourth, and then 2 more. Good God, man. Kai Jones fouled out in 13 minutes. Now, in the second half, they used him as the direct backup. I'm going to say they tried to do that. So we're going to go 16 to Kai Jones at center. And then we're going to maintain 31 for PJ Washington with 2 at the 5. We get the 36 for Terry Rozier. That's not going anywhere. We got Gordon Hayward in for 34. That's not going anywhere. Oubre didn't play, but we're going to keep him in for 36. DSJ can maintain his 25. Bryce McGowan can maintain his 16. And then JT Thor can get 16 as well. So no real changes here. We just need to make sure that we get Nick Richards' usage rate correct. I'm not even making a change for that one. Just going to leave him in standard rates. So that's game 1. Whew. Okay. Well, we definitely like Nick Richards. 5K. Kind of have to go to him at 5K. A little over a fantasy point per minute. I mean, even if I want to discount him a little bit, we got to go to Nick Richards today. Looks really, really good. I like Rozier a little bit more than Oubre, but I think you can go either direction. Yeah, Hardaway killed me, that's for sure. I had like 50-something percent. Was bad, then got hurt. Just gross all around. All right, I don't mind this, honestly. It's not the best spot in the world, but the minutes are there for Nick Richards, and then you're flipping a coin between Oubre and Rozier. For Cleveland, it's Garland the most at 7,900, for sure. Mobley at 8,100 would probably be second. It's so hard to get to Donovan Mitchell with Garland on the team like that. Like, these guys are just not separated by all that much. I don't mind going to Lamar Stevens. I don't mind going to Ricky Rubio, LeVert, but priorities here, Mobley and Garland. I got to blow my nose, guys. All right, that should help. That should help. Yeah, Hardy was good. I think I had 100%. If I didn't, I had 99 or something. But he was in basically everything. All right, let's go to game number 2. Let's refresh that table, by the way. Oh, lovely. Detroit on a back-to-back. Fun. Detroit on a back-to-back, giving 11.5 to the, or getting 11.5 rather, against the Wizards. 223 total. Best I could tell, everybody that was out yesterday is still out. I'm just leaving this rotation. I don't really know what else I could do here for Detroit. Is somebody supposed to be back that we wouldn't expect? Oh, so Jaden Ivey could be back today, I guess, but doubtful. Are they going to rest Duren or Wiseman? I don't know. Look, we're leaving. There's no way for me to know right now. No one has an injury designation. There is no injury report. So none of this matters for right now. We just have to keep the same thing that we had for yesterday. It's all that we can do. So we'll figure this one out later today. But if we leave the Pistons as they are, I would like to bump up Omer Yuri at least 1 minute. Buddy Boeheim played over Jared Roden. Interesting to see. Corey Joseph got to 30 minutes. Livers only played 20. Just gross all around. Don't trust this team at all. I think this is really the best that we could hope for. Do something like that. We have no idea what they're going to be, so not worth spending the time on it. Let's go to Washington. Oh, God damn. Sneezes are in full force here to start this morning. I think it's because of talking so much. Like, the vibrations in my face are shaking them out somehow. Let's go to Washington. Wizards have a Q tag on Kuzma, Q tag on Taj Gibson, and then a Q tag on Johnny Davis. Illness. Yeah, his talent is sick. All right, so for Washington, I think we just have to assume this is going to be pretty standard for them. And with Kuzma on a Q tag, we really just don't have any wiggle room here. So don't really have any rotational changes or rate changes to make for Washington. So for the Wizards, it's Beal, it's Porzingis, it's Kuzma. If everybody's in, they look the same, and you kind of just got to pick one. That's sort of where we stand here for the Wizards. Because obviously, incredible spot for Washington. You definitely want one of those three guys, but after that, like, it gets pretty tricky. For Detroit, assuming we get most of the same stuff for today, Omer Uri, 3,800 power forward center, is going to be the guy that you want to get to first. Oh my God, I can feel that sneeze again. It's right here. I don't want to fight it. Powerful. Powerful. Oh, it's still in there. It's like closing my right eye. Whew. 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 RJ Hampton, 3,300 point guard, shooting guard. Interesting value. I think we can get away from most of the Pistons today. And anybody that comes back probably makes it look worse. But right now, assuming we get the same thing or close to it, Omer Uri starting will be the most interesting piece from Detroit. Hayes will be second. Giving you the Forrest Whitaker eye. Larry, no, I would not do a max one on those three. All right, Nuggets, 1-point dogs in Toronto, 228 total. For Denver, Q-tag on Jamal Murray, probable Reggie Jackson. So this is standard Denver rotation. Christian Brown is going to be back in the rotation now, it seems. They should be doing that at the expense of Reggie Jackson, but it doesn't appear that they're going to be doing that. So we got to cut Chanchar. We got to cut Jackson a little bit too. Thomas Bryant is done, it seems. And then I think we're going to be getting Christian Brown for at least 12 minutes. Maybe another 13 for Chanchar. No rate changes or anything for Denver. Not much to care about here. We're not going to like this matchup either way. For Toronto, everybody's available that's normally available. So not a lot to write home about here either. We're going to go 37 minutes to Van Vliet. We're going to get Anunoby in for 36. We got Siakam in for 37. We've got Scotty Barnes in for 35. We've got Jakob Poeltl in for 29. Nobody else's minutes really matter here. Knock Boucher down to 14. We can knock Precious down to 13. We can throw 6 minutes at Will Barton. None of it matters. When is Ben Simmons getting the boot? Never. Probably never. All right, Raptors. Pretty standard. I think Siakam 8,600 is the best thing that you can get to from Toronto. But best is relative. Van Vliet, Siakam, Anunoby, Barnes, Poeltl. Sort of where you want to be. But yeah, Siakam and Van Vliet would be the two priorities. You're probably looking to get one of Van Vliet, Siakam, Anunoby, or Barnes in most things. And then on the Denver side, nobody. If Murray ends up out, that will unlock Jokic. But with everybody in, I don't have a huge interest in anything from Denver. You go next, game 4, Lakers, 1.5-point dogs in New Orleans. Revenge narrative alert for Anthony Davis. He is probable. Standard rotation here for the Lakers. So let's make sure that we have this in correctly. We got D'Angelo Russell playing more minutes than we would expect. I'm going to get him up to 33. Actually going to cut this entire rotation. Now that we've had 2 straight games, I feel like I could build this a little bit better. Do I want to go 33 or 34? Let's go 33 to Russell. I think that's a little bit better. We know that we're going to get AD in for 35. We want to get Jared Vanderbilt in for 25. Malik Beasley, man, his minutes are so weird. I think we're going to go 26 to Beasley and then like 27 to Troy Brown. Wenyen Gabriel is the backup center. We get Schroeder, probably like 27, 28. Yeah, 28. After Schroeder, we go to Austin Reeves for, 26 maybe? Rui goes for like 23. That leaves me 4 random minutes. I don't really trust giving them to any one individual guy, so I'm just going to hide them on like Max Christie or something for right now. Then we go over to the Pels side. They could actually have some real weird stuff going on. So for the Pelicans, Q-tag on Ingram, no Zion, no Alvarado. Oh, Nance is back? Okay. That's good to know. Nance came back, played 8 minutes on Sunday. That's concerning. They won by 17. Nance played 2 very small rotations. And then they went to Jackson Hayes. Nance picked up 3 fouls in 2 minutes. 3 minutes, sorry. They went to Hayes. They gave Nance another stint. And then they went to Jackson Hayes again. Okay. So let's think this through. Joval didn't play in the 4th quarter, but the game was over. Did play standard rotations before that. I'm going to say that we get 25 minutes out of Joval. I think that we're going to get, I don't know, like 18 minutes out of Larry Nance. Assuming we get 36 out of Ingram, 35 out of CJ. I'm going to take Ingram down to 35. We got Dyson Daniels. We got Trey Murphy. Murphy can... Ooh, I don't trust that. I guess I should trust Murphy a little bit more. Jay Rich played 28. That's without BI. I assume if BI is in, he's not doing that. Najee Marshall can probably take on 2 more minutes. This all feels about right. No rate changes. So as we look at the Pels, nobody stands out. But if Brandon Ingram's in, I think $8,500 Brandon Ingram is the best option here. Probably wouldn't go to anybody else with any sort of volume. Ingram is the best option for the Pels today. I was wondering, lost a little cap to the string on my pants. So then we look at the Lakers side. Uh-oh. There we go. We look at the Lakers side. And look, like, it's so hard to want to go to Jokic when you have a 10-8 AD. He's just a better option here. And then I certainly think $7,100 D'Angelo Russell looks good. No major priority. So the best thing that we have so far on DK is Nick Richards. And then you've got this pack of Garland, AD, Porzingis, Omer Yuri, Ingram, Beal, Kuzma, Siakam. But Garland probably on a slightly similar tier to Richards. 4 more to go. Brooklyn, OKC. The Nets are 1.5-point dogs in OKC, which certainly means that SGA is healthy. No Ben Simmons, so this is pretty standard Brooklyn rotation, but at the same time, they are a weird team. I do want to re-project their rotation. Dinwiddie is playing bigger minutes as of late. They are really consolidating this rotation quite a bit. I'm going to go 35 to Dinwiddie. We're going to go Claxton for 29. We'll go Dorian Finney-Smith, 32, 33, more, 33 maybe. We'll get Cam Johnson for 31, and then we get Bridges for 36. Then we need to go Royce O'Neal for 29. Seth Curry seems pretty firm around like 18. We did get a small rotation out of Nerlens Noel, which I think should continue. And then that leaves me close to 16 for Joe Harris. I will give him 16 since he's not going to show up for anything. Rates don't need to change. I guess I do need to lock in Royce O'Neal. That'll be Brooklyn. I mean, they could look pretty interesting here. I got to pay attention to Seth Curry. I got to make sure that he's not a thing. Mark, yes, Simmons is 100% out. Then we go to OKC. Thunder. Everybody's available except for Poku, who should be back shortly if he is going to come back. Seems like that bullshit SGA like minutes limit thing doesn't exist. He's either just not playing or playing 37 minutes a night. So I have no reason to suspect that SGA isn't playing 36 minutes here. And I assume he looks incredible. After that, we go from SGA. Then we go to Giddey. Giddey in for 31. We get Dort in for 31. Get Jalen Williams in for 34. And then we get Jalen Williams with a Y in for 23. I think that works. Trey Mann doesn't appear to be a part of this rotation any longer. Dario Saric. can become 18-ish minute guy, 17 maybe. You get Ousmane Dieng in playing around 20. Aaron Wiggins probably somewhere around 20. Need Lindy Waters and Joe. Joe's probably like a 26. Lindy Waters could go anywhere here. 17 with him. Lindy Waters is probably more minimal. I'm going to go 11 to Waters, 11 to Aaron Wiggins. I think that's really the best we can do. And it's not going to matter because we're only going to care about 4.5 of these guys anyway. So if we say games where SGA starts, Dort starts, Giddey starts, and Jalen Williams starts. What do we get here? All right. We'll start with SGA. Usage rate in games where their main 4 guys all start, 31.8. We get Dort in at 19 and change. We get Giddey in at 24.5. Jalen Williams is at about 17. And then Isaiah Joe off the bench is at about 16. Assist rates. SGA is a little lighter than you would normally expect. Dort is himself. Giddey a little bit lighter than he normally is. Jalen Williams much lighter. And then Isaiah Joe, not that kind of guy. Finally, rebounding. Not many changes here either. Dort way down in rebounding. Oh, no, I was looking at the wrong number. Never mind. Everybody else can just stay the same here. Yeah. So that's OKC. So SGA is the clear pay up today. Let's just be clear about this now. Assuming we have no reason, we need to pump the brakes on trusting OKC. But the last 3 times SGA has played, 3 out of the last 5 games he's been out there, 37 minutes, 36 minutes, 37 minutes. If he's playing 36 minutes at 9,400, he is the number 1 play today. It is not close. You play all of the SGA that you can find. And you don't really go to anything else for OKC. But SGA looks incredible today. Even if you want to just be a little pessimistic and take 1 minute, which I'm actually going to do. I'm going to take him to 35, lack of trust. I think is safe. He's still exceptional. I mean, look where he ranks right now. Only guy that's ahead of him is Nick Richards, and those are very, very different plays. Wait, why did he drop to 20? Oh, I have this calculation wrong in the table. Let's fix that. I forgot that I have this table tied to an incorrect calculation. So that needs to go there. That needs to be 8. Yeah, we love Shea today as a payout. Better than Anthony Davis for sure. Better than Porzingis. Comparable to Garland, but Garland's still at 7,900, so bigger ceiling. Get yourself some Shea. And then for Brooklyn, we like Brooklyn, and it's basically all the starters, and they all look very similar. Whether that's Bridges, Dinwiddie, DFS, Cam Johnson, Nick Claxton, they're all very, very comparable. You're probably getting one of those guys in everything you're doing. All right, we got 3 games left. Orlando in San Antonio, 234 total. Who knows how this shakes out? Let's get to Orlando. Q tag on Franz Wagner. So we're projecting this team basically the same way we normally do. Other than I need to change some minutes up a little bit here. So we got 32 for Fultz. That holds. Could conceivably make that 33. Is that an OT game? It is. So 32 for Fultz. 26 for Cole Anthony. Feels scary. 25 for Jalen Suggs is too low. We're going to get him up to 27. We got 26 for Gary Harris. I'm going to make that 27. 33 for Franz. I'm actually going to make that 32. I got 33 for Paolo. I'm actually going to make that 34 for Paolo. 27 for Mo Wagner. Oh, we got Wendell Carter Jr. back. So that'll matter. So let's get Wendell Carter Jr. out there for his 30. That lets us get Mo Wagner out there for his 18. And then Bol doesn't play a ton. Perfect. That'll work. Just like, how crazy is it to think that OKC also gets Chet to add to this team next year? That I feel like nobody's talking about how important that is. Think about how well they run their schemes. Hold on. Think about how well they run everything using like Jeremiah Robinson Earl and all these random centers. And now they can run a 5-out with Chet and then have him as like a weak side defender guy. And then they're also still live to like get Wembanyama. Like if they fall a little bit, just a little, like if they don't make the playoffs, they're going to have like a, 5% to 10% chance at a top 4 pick, 2%, 1 or 2% chance at Wemby. He's not good. Some of the players you like is crazy. Who's not good? Who's not good? Who are you even talking about? I have no idea. This is going to be fascinating. I don't even know why I care, but I care for some reason. But damn, OKC is fun, man. I want the Lakers to get the number 1 pick and have to give it to the Pelicans. That's my dream scenario. Dope Heathen in chat. Long time no see. Is it going to be Chet? Is that who's not good here? Which is going to be like just an all-time level stupid take. But this should be fun. Because like defensively, as a weak side help shot blocker, man, that's going to be fun. I'm so curious where Chandra is going to end up with this bullshit take. Chet is not good. There it is. That's fantastic. Kudos to you for that one, man. Congratulations on just really confirming stupidity. Do you like try to do this, or do you just go through life every day just wrong all the time? That's got to be so frustrating. I would never want to speak. It's got to be so frustrating. Do you just like, do you not notice? Is it like an ignorance is bliss thing? I mean, if you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder right now and think to yourself, wow, adding Chet's not going to help. That's just an incredible take. They are a playoff. If they have Chet this season, right now, if Chet just plays for this year, they're probably not even in the play-in. The amount of like garbage they play at the 4 or 5, like I don't even know how to talk about this. Dude, Mark Dagnall is going to be so pumped to use someone like him now. It's just wild. It's just a wild thing to say. Look, is Chet ever going to be huge? No. Do you watch the NBA nowadays? He doesn't have to be Shaq. Like, imagine a PJ Tucker type at the 4 alongside Chet, whereas Chet can then play sort of like the way that Robert Williams plays for the Celtics. PJ Tucker handles big wings, muscle, and Chet's just flying in weak side like a tarantula. Just, I mean, incredible. What a terrible take. Especially because this dude hasn't played yet. Like, what are we doing here? Incredible. All right, anyway, let's go to San Antonio. Jesus. Sometimes it just blows my mind. No Trey Jones, no Malachi Branham, no Romeo Langford, no Kem Birch. Barlow's with the G League. Keldon and Sohan are both questionable. So we're losing Branham and Trey Jones. We had no Keldon or Sohan on Sunday, rather. I like Chet, but I don't like Kristaps. When in the world have I ever said I don't like Kristaps Porzingis? Of course I like Porzingis. I mean, that's just so silly. It's so silly. Porzingis this season has been worth 10 wins in EPM. He's like a max guy. How could you not like Porzingis? Dude's a 30-something million player. All right. So we have to leave most of the 3, 4, 5s the same here for San Antonio. So I got 28 minutes for Zach Collins, 18 for Bassie. Mamu keeps playing, which is interesting. I'm guessing we're getting Devontae Graham starting at the point, playing like 30 minutes. Maybe Blake Wesley backing him up. Man, I can't get over that Chet one. That's dumb. The Porzingis thing, I don't even get that. Nathan Joyce in the house. What's going on? By the way, since you were sliding into my DMs last night, I was asleep. So I was not up, even though you were trying to find out if I was, in fact, up. Okay. Is McBuckets just playing more minutes right now? He might be. Get McBuckets up to 24. And then those extra 13, they don't go to Langford. Who do they go to? So I got 30 for Vassell. And that feels about right. Do they go to Mamu? And then we just bump everybody down a peg? Probably, right? Something like that. Yeah, that should be close-ish. Rates can all stay the same. Because I've already got Keldon and Vassell in, and those are the guys that only matter. So that's going to be... I'm intrigued by this game. So San Antonio. All right. So if Keldon and Sohan are in, I like Keldon Johnson. I like Devin Vassell. I like Devontae Graham. I don't mind Zach Collins. They're all like no aggressive priorities, but Keldon Johnson would be my preferred option. If we lose Keldon Johnson, then it's like big time Devin Vassell season. There's a lot of moving parts for San Antonio, but there's going to be things that we like for sure. For Orlando, no major priorities. I think Wendell Carter Jr. looks good, but again, center, we know we have 100 of those. Fultz is fine. Hard to prioritize anything else, which is kind of a bummer. Prices are sort of just where they're supposed to be now. 2 more to go. Milwaukee and Phoenix, obviously a tough one to peg down. Both teams on the back-to-back after like real games. We had no Ingles yesterday. I assume Ingles is playing today and that someone else is sitting. I also assume that Giannis is playing. Oh, we're going to make it through this show. I'm positive of it. So I think we just have to assume that everybody that's normally in is in. So I'm fine with 34 for Brooke, or for Drew. I'm going to go up to 32 on Brolo. I'm going to keep 33 for Giannis. I'm going to keep 32 for... we're probably not going to get Middleton, are we? Middleton probably goes away here. Oh, Jacob, you're learning nothing. You're learning nothing. Joe Ingles was out yesterday. We could lose Brook Lopez today as well. You know, not out of the realm that he gets suspended. Probably wouldn't happen for today. It'll probably be the next game if I had to guess. But you never know. Oh, that sneeze is back. Now, obviously, like, we got to wait on this game until... Let's see. What time is this game at? This game's at 10 o'clock. So we're not going to get this injury report probably till 3:30. So we're going to go 29 to Grayson Allen. We're going to bump Pat Connaughton up to 24. We'll get Jay Crowder. In the games that Middleton has missed, Crowder played 14 and 20 here. So we'll get Crowder up to like 22. And then we get Ingles back in. Ingles has been playing bigger minutes, so I think he's going to play like 26. That really sort of hashes this out. I guess we can get Javon Carter to 20. And that just leaves me 1 extra minute. I could hide that on Portis and it won't matter. Now, we have no real idea what this Milwaukee team is going to look like, but let's at least get them right to start. And we'll say that Drew Holiday starts, Brook Lopez starts, and Giannis starts. And we're going to say that Chris Middleton did not play. Because I know we have a big enough sample here that that will matter. So they played 25 games in that scenario. We've got Drew, the 25% usage rate. We get Grayson Allen with a 14% usage rate. We get Giannis at 36 and change. We'll keep him at 37, and then we'll go to Brook at around 19. Portis just loses it all, so no real changes there. Drew's usage rate stays the same. Giannis's, or assist rate rather. Giannis's assist rate stays the same. Giannis's rebounding rate actually comes down a little bit. Portis stays the same. So we're good there on Milwaukee. We go to Phoenix then. I assume we're going to look the same way for Phoenix that we did yesterday. Since we're not going to have Durant, I don't think we're getting major changes. Last night, they went to more of Biyombo at the 5. Ayton played 35 minutes. Feel like I kind of need to bump Ayton up to 33, especially for this kind of matchup. We did get 32 minutes out of Josh Okogie, so that feels right. Torrey Craig, good. Terrence Ross, less good. They went to a little bit more Damian Lee. I think we're good here. No real changes. I got Book in for 35. I got CP in for 33. There we go. All right, so Ayton, I think, would be my preferred option, but at the same time, center. After that, you can see it on the screen how similar it looks. Booker, Paul, Okogie, Craig, relative to salary, all very similar. Like, clearly you want to get more Booker than anybody else if you can. So, I mean, it's just hard not to want to go to like a Suns starter. Yeah, I'm anxious to see how much Ayton I get here. It's a great spot for him too. Like, maybe not from a foul perspective. Okay, good news here. For Milwaukee, going to be very difficult to get to anything. Drew at 9,100 is too expensive. Giannis at 12K. I don't want to say that he's too expensive, but it's going to be a very difficult priority in comparison to what we already have out there for pay up options. Like, clearly the raw point ceiling is different, but I mean, getting to Giannis over AD, Shea, Porzingis, like, you're going to build out a better lineup without Giannis here. I like it. Final game. The New York Knicks are 2-point favorites in Portland, 224 total. Second half of a late night hammer. For the Knicks, doubtful tag on Jalen Brunson. So right away, we're not projecting Jalen Brunson in. Always good to get that information for this game early. I don't trust the Knicks at all to like maintain that doubtful tag, but we'll see. So we're going to get quickly starting. And I think we got to just assume that he's playing like 34 minutes. The backup point guard is probably technically RJ Barrett, if I had to guess. I know that we're just going to go to McBride in this scenario. We got 31 minutes for Mitchell Robinson. I'm actually going to make that 30. Maybe 29 and 19 for him and Hartenstein. That works. 37 for Randall, 11 for Toppin. RJ Barrett is coming up to 33. Josh Hart is coming up to 33. Quentin Grimes is going to go to like 28. That leaves me 16 for McBride. Need rates with no Brunson. The good thing is you could just sort of say like Brunson off, given the way that they run their rotations. But if we do Brunson off, and then we're going to say Randall, Barrett, quickly, and I'm going to say at least two of those guys are on. Because those are the usage guys. All right, rates. They've played a pretty decent chunk of playing time now with Brunson off. So we get quickly 846 minutes when at least two, himself and one of Randall or Barrett are on with Brunson off. And at that point, we've got quickly at around 21.5% usage. Josh Hart in this scenario, sort of himself. Randall, 568 minutes, 31% usage. Mitchell Robinson obviously doesn't really change all that much. Quentin Grimes is at 15.5% usage. And then RJ Barrett is at 29% usage in this scenario. Woof. Assist rate. Very interesting. Massive bump to quickly. Josh Hart is worse by quite a bit. Randall is the same. Mitchell Robinson doesn't matter. Quentin Grimes doesn't matter. RJ Barrett, oddly enough, the same. I would have expected that to go up. Rebounding, basically the same there for Randall. Quickly's the same. Barrett's the same. Everything else is the same. So that's Knicks. Then we go to Portland. For Portland, Q tag on Dame, Q tag on Jeremy Grant. So this game sucks. The only good news here is that both of these games start at 10 o'clock. So if we lose Dame, who's 10-5, we can get, you can swap any of your Dame directly to Devin Booker. Easy. Easy. You don't have to worry at all about having Dame today, which is good. Now for Portland, obviously Dame didn't play on Sunday. Who knows here? Similar story for Jeremy Grant. Like, we don't know. 30 minutes for Simons. I'm not really changing anything here in this rotation. We got 10 minutes out of Nurk, 22 out of Watford, 12 out of Eubanks. They still didn't have any more. When did Watford play on Sunday? So it was the 12th. They lost by 17. Eubanks was -9 in 2 minutes. Then they went to Watford for the next 17 minutes or something. Weird game. Weird game. Good God. What a weird rotation at a Nurk, too. I don't trust this at all. We're going to go 24 to Nurk, 18 to Eubanks. That'll let me go to 11 on Watford. I don't really trust anything here. We got Grant in. We've got Reddish in. We've got Thibault. We've got these guys as close as we can. It's the best we can hope for right now. So for Portland, look, I like Dame at 10-5. I don't like anything else for Portland other than Dame. But if Dame happens, like, I think Dame and Devin Booker look like really similar plays. Booker having the MPE helps, but you can turn any Dame you want into Booker at 10 o'clock if he's out. That's the easiest thing to do and not have to worry about it at all. Now, for the Knicks, that's obviously the spot we need to talk about the most. I like Mitchell Robinson at 5,100, but don't go crazy. There are no priorities to me from the Knicks, but you like getting to one or two of the pieces. Randall, Quickly are the two best options. Hart, Barrett, Grimes, all fine. But being able to swap from Dame to Booker with no issue. And here's the other big one. You've got Jeremy Grant, $7,500 power forward. As long as you're using the forward slot, you can swap Jeremy Grant to RJ Barrett tonight. Or not to Randall. To RJ Barrett would work the best. And like for the most part, if you're getting to Jeremy Grant, you're probably not putting him in the power forward spot, considering it's a 10 p.m. slate. You're more likely to have him at the forward spot. So you should be able to swap a bunch of Grant to Barrett if you need to. Can Portland make the playoffs? Probably not likely. They are 23% to make the play-in. They project to be the 13th seed. But There's only a game and a half separating them from the 10. They're in trouble. They probably don't make the playoffs. So 8 games up, 8 games down, 741. Let us run our crunches. Let us see where we stand. Thank you guys for being here once again. Love seeing you guys. 167 people. I don't know how many likes we have, but I'm just going to say that it's not enough. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't done it already. So, for FanDuel, what do we have? FanDuel Optimal. 303.52. This is the optimal by 0.06. Emmanuel Quickly, Isaiah Joe, Josh Hart, Josh Okogie. Good day for Josh's. Brandon Ingram, Cam Johnson, Porzingis, Evan Mobley, Nick Richards. I like that Porzingis, Evan Mobley, Nick Richards trio. That's basically like 3 centers spread across power forward and center. So I don't mind that in any way. I think that all looks pretty reasonable. Let's look at the power rankings on FanDuel. I probably need to turn the randomness on so that actually shows up. There we go. All right, power rankings. Looking like it's going to be Josh Okogie at the top end, but I don't mind that. If he's going to continue to play 30-something minutes and be, $5K. Did it work? Oh, his price went up $400 too, but playing 32 minutes a night. No stocks last night was unfortunate. At 5.1, you're looking at needing 34 fantasy points for him. I mean, that's doable. I don't like him showing up in the number 1 spot, but I don't think that I'm over projecting him either. Maybe I am. Let's take a closer look here just to double check. 26.63 fantasy points in 32 minutes is 0.83 fantasy points per minute for Okogie. Okay, he's got a giant randomness number. That's probably not helping matters here. A lot of variance in Josh Okogie. Like him today, for sure. For sure. Then we'll go to DraftKings. Oh, actually, I didn't read that off. So, Okogie, Lamar Stevens, 4K, got the start. Quickly, Hart, Mobley, Devontae Graham, Cam Johnson, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Kuzma, and Cole Anthony. That's not what I wanted to do, but it's fine. Yeah, Sir Manning, don't read into that too much. It's a giant randomness score that's affecting that a little bit, but he's still a decent play. The problem with the Blazers is that they don't really have too far to tank. They're sitting here in 8th. Can it get better? Yeah, but they can't catch Charlotte at 4th. The best they can hope for is getting to where Orlando is. The best they can hope to do is tank from 8 to 5. So they might just be safe with Dame and not risk anything, but at the same time, they can't really tear it down all that far. Now, going from 8 to 5 is a pretty sizable change in top 4 odds, but it's not like Orlando and Indiana and Washington have anything to play for either. So we'll see. All right, let's check out the DraftKings. Jacob, it's not the top 2 spots. That's not how the lottery works. The top 3 all have the same odds, and basically the top 4 have all the same odds. You don't have to tank for 1 and 2. Also, I don't know why you're leaving Scoot Henderson out of that list, but that's also incorrect. All right. Power rankings. Sorry, optimal lineup on DraftKings. 281.3. It's the optimal lineup by 0.1. That's going to be Darius Garland, RJ Hampton, Keldon Johnson, Omer Yuri, Nick Richards, Devontae Graham, Kristaps Porzingis, and SGA. Oh, I got Porzingis. I hate him. I mean, that's a fun lineup. It's balanced, but you're still paying up for SGA, Porzingis, and to a lesser degree, I don't even know what I'm saying, is Darius Garland. So, like, I like that a lot. You can swap out BI or swap out SGA to get BI and then upgrade to Devin Vassell. Love it. Jacob, what are you talking about? You're not making a lot of sense here. Do you know how the draft works? Of course you're not getting a top 2 pick at the 5 spot. You're only getting a top 2 pick in the top 2 spots. But this is a lottery. It is random. They pick things. Let's go power rankings. Yeah, I'm talking Portland tanking. But what are you talking about? Yeah, evidently the Miller conversation came out yesterday from Woj. So I assume the thing that makes the most sense to me is that Brandon Miller is a CAA client. I haven't looked into it yet, but is Brandon Miller going to sign with CAA? Because that is why I would assume that we're getting Woj talking about it. Keep your eye on that. Again, why do you keep saying they're not getting a top 2 pick? It's random, man. There's a lottery. There's a lottery. Right now, they have a 7% chance at the top pick, which means they have like a 15% chance at a top 2 pick. Which also means they have got a 29% chance at a top 4 pick. Which, you know, call it a 20% chance that Portland picks one of Miller, Wembanyama, or Scoot. Why are you saying it like that? Jacob, why are you treating Scoot Henderson like he doesn't exist? I don't understand. All right. Power rankings on DraftKings. Before I go absolutely insane with this terrible analysis. Nick Richards is the #1 play on DraftKings. We should not be surprised by that. And I don't think that it's particularly close. Omer Yuri coming in at the 2 spot, assuming Detroit looks like they did yesterday. Who's Scoot? What? You're having this conversation and you don't know that? I mean, look, man, if you're going to come in and talk about how you know what's going on here and these are the top 2 picks and your question is who's Scoot, you're not allowed to talk about it anymore. You just have to zip it, man. Just sit back, relax, and learn for a day or two, please. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Are you trolling me right now? Please just tell me this is a joke. Please. I can't deal with this if it's not a joke. If you can get out of this. I don't even care if you're lying about it right now. I don't care if you're lying. Please just tell me this is a joke. Because this is the dumbest thing I've read today. And we had Chandra in here for a bit. Nick Richards, Omer Yuri, Josh Okogie, Brandon Ingram, Mikal Bridges, Devontae Graham, Kristaps Porzingis, Pascal Siakam, Torrey Craig, and Darius Garland. Good God, what a close here. Just because it's the only ones you know doesn't mean you should come in talking like you know anything. You clearly don't know a damn thing about what's going on. Oh my God, this is what I'm talking about. This is that Dominique guy popping in, having no idea how to do math. Dude, Scoot Henderson has been in this conversation for 2 years now. The biggest thing that they've done was play a game against Wembanyama. Wow, what are we doing? Oh my God. Jacob, you gotta, like, I don't even have words. I don't have words for this kind of incompetence. This is the type of shit that takes years off my life. How do people show up so confident and so wildly uninformed? Abel, Prize Picks video is usually the first thing that I do after this show, so sometime within the next hour. It's been Wemby and Scoot for unquestionably a calendar year and probably longer than that. Like, I like Brandon Miller too. I mean, one of the Thompson twins was also like in that 3 spot for a while, but oh my God. All right, guys, I got to get out of here before I have a heart attack. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you're signing up for the lineup generator if you can. Make sure you hit the like button. That would help out as well. Prize Picks video, No House Advantage video, Contenders videos will all be out in the next few hours. Thank you guys for being here. Someone just... Oh, God. Jacob, go read about the draft for today. I'm going to get out of here. Good luck, everybody. This was the process. This was a process, by the way.